So, whether you think that you're for or against voting right now, if it could be that you have to pay real close attention because we've been voting every day. Like, you've been polled and surveyed and fucking data farmed and everything is a conscious decision, and you're making a vote every day, even just to resonate with an idea or something, before we even know what it is that they're trying to accomplish. Usually they're trying to preemptively go ahead and give you some mal advice, which is like true, but it's like giving a limited hangout. You're putting out a little bit of truth as a distraction from something else that people are about to figure out on their own. And so the subversives have to very craftily interweave their compliments in with the suggestive psychology they're trying to get you to acquiesce to it. And then you vote. Like every day. Most recently, the vote was whether or not you want a president who smells little children's hair or had a brain worm die in his brain, like eat part of his brain. So where people were getting together and everybody's attention focuses on this, and then they start to come up with their value system. You know what I mean? What is to you? Like, what do you think? Like, you know what I mean? Is this, would you feel like less of a human being? And how could you not feel like less of a human being if a worm got into your brain and ate a little bit? Okay, you want to do deductive reasoning? That's saying that you have less of a brain and makes you less of a man, and that's like some undeniable quality that I have to admit. You know what I mean? But they're always comparing to some other outcome that you're supposed to be for or against it, and you vote like every day. Like tomorrow, it's not going to be, why is there a guy who's mentally vacated, who's just a puppet, who's got somebody reaching up his ass, making him talk, and lets him go on sabbatical every now and then he can fucking put a note in whoever little boy's hand that he chooses, and that little boy's disappeared. His, like, even on C-SPAN, you'll see the parents fucking acquiescing to let this shit go down, and fucking, like, it, you make a conscious decision. You either slap away the fucking hand and say, what are you doing? Or you turn away and look the other direction like you don't know, and then your kid is like, fuck, I don't have no parents. Ain't this about some shit? This is some manufactured consent. Where's the meaning of life? If the meaning of life isn't in those things that we always held values to be, they could just tell you what it is if they don't have to do it and be it. That they'll just lead you off to death. They'll just lead you to death. So if you try to save those kind of people, they're going to drag you to the same hell. They do not want to go anywhere else but that. But the thing is, it's the value and the quality of the type of life that they make here. So they could still be petrified of death. You would say, logically, why wouldn't you do something to get your house in order if the big fear is that this life is such a blip and the rest of your eternity is your final resting place, what, you know, supposed to be what's important. How are you getting this mixed up? What doesn't come logically conclusive? It's because what's good to them is the same thing that you would consider to be what is a subversive, what is poor. Okay, that's riches to them. And it means to you, it translates to, oh, that's fucking piss poor. So you don't have the same pathology. Did I make a video yet about pathology? How it's, if you don't have a pathology, you don't need to get a pathology, because you only need to get the pathology that you didn't embrace. You need to understand the pathology, because there's one that you embrace and it's opposed. It's like oppositional in every way to the other one, because you don't understand the other one. So it's just implying that, damn, I gotta get it. I can't get it. I never could understand it. I don't get it. I gotta get it. It's telling you you gotta get it because you have it, because you have one. You know, if you have one, then that's when you need to get one. So words and linguistics and everything could just be played with in a way to make you celebrate something that you're not receiving, or make you celebrate something that you don't value. And they can trick you into celebrating it, and then you're part and parcel of the problem, and they feel like they can get you to take a lot of the responsibilities, and that allows them to get off. That's called a limited hangout. That's why you can't even lie unless you tell a piece of the truth. Look at all of the shit that is in plain sight that I don't know, like very few people ever can point out. You know, people like King AK-47, he can see those things that they're hiding in plain fucking sight. When everybody else is to say that you're way off, he's not. Do you have, I mean, to be way off, do you have to express him as being way off? You would have said, you're a little bit off. You're accurate, but you're a little bit off. Because we don't really know things, then you would be right. You know what I mean? Because we just make a premise for things that could be described through universalities as having some effect on like natural physical laws and things of spiritual nature, giving definition to those things and like establishing what is value or not. Did you notice linguistically people always can disagree, and it doesn't matter how much straightening out of these different systems of evaluation, because you basically get your way to evaluate and everybody still gets theirs, and you can't want to subvert theirs. Even you have to want to protect the ability for them to even formulate one. So basically you're just reinforcing the same structure that allowed you to get clarity. You don't have a problem with anybody else receiving clarity. Doesn't mean I got you with an education. Oh, I'm just gonna go out and proselytize the people and convince, because I've seen the logic presented in an undeniable way that they have to take it from me. Well, then the fucking same spirit that moved you to get up and tell those people, do you don't think that it would fucking reflect to them too? It wouldn't fucking have a way to reach them. It's gaslighting the senses. It's even gaslighting your senses. And so the scammers have to do that. They have to gaslight your senses. They have to placate, or they get you to celebrate something that you didn't have the same established value. Then they can become subversive, and you know what I mean, then they're gonna throw you under the bus. That's what's happening with Drake. And even though he's being stalked and being set up, the reason he's being stalked and set up is because he's perfect for it, because the fucking child star fucking, you know what I mean, the Hollywood turned him into a monster. It's